Welcome back to Switzer. Undoubtedly the big issue of the week has been the carbon tax. And if there is one man who can determine the impact of this imposition on big polluting public companies, it would be Roger Montgomery from Value.able. Did I get it right? Value.able?
That's the name of the book.
I know. How are you going, mate?
Mate, I'm very well, very well. Look, you know, I don't like to boast about it, but we're showing positive returns despite the negative market.
That's good.
We've got a lot of cash though.
Yeah. It's probably all my viewers supporting your stocks. It's driving the share price
Well,
up.
I thought it was you. I thought it was you just talking the market down for me.
Okay. So, and also they've named an ice cream after you as well. I should bring that up as well.
They did name an ice cream. I did have
a viewer who watches the program.
Nick Palumbo owns a business, a terrific gelato store in Potts Point called Messina, and brilliant gelato. In fact,
do you go there as well?
Well, let me say this. Yes, I do regularly, and that when the Italian ice cream machine makers want to demonstrate their machines to up-and-coming gelato makers around the world, they get Nick to fly to Italy, from Potts Point, to fly to Italy to make ice cream on their machines to demonstrate how to make perfect gelato. Yeah. It's brilliant stuff. So anyway, he named an ice cream after me. It was called Montgomery's Gold Mine.
We should do one called Switz Chocolate or something like that.
That would work.
It would.
He probably will now. He's probably watching.
Okay.
All right. So first things first. This carbon tax is the result of political expediency, not the result of a genuine passion to do anything about the economy. About the environment. Why do I say that? Well, my general view, having read everything that I could possibly read about this now, is that you don't impose a tax and then rebate the polluters and rebate the consumers, because then no one's incentivised to change their behaviour. And the whole point is it's meant to change behaviour. So it's not going to do that.
It's a political
It was
strategy.
done that to get government and to get the prime ministership, and so it wasn't really done, I think, with the environment in mind. And that's why people are upset. People are saying, well, why did Julia Gillard lie? Well, she changed her mind because she wanted to get government, so she had to make a deal with the Greens. Okay, that said, the impact on the Australian economy is serious because there's not a great history in Australia for repealing taxes. So once the tax is in, it's in,
Good point.
and that's a big problem. Okay, so what are the companies, and what I've done is I've ranked these companies. We're going to pull the charts up in just a second, but I'm ranking these companies by estimated impact on 2012-2013 profit. And what I've done is I'm going to give you my quality scores for those businesses, and then I'm going to tell you what the price and their value is. Okay. So the first one, the worst one's Virgin. Now we'll pull Virgin up hopefully in just a second. Virgin's impact on their profit is minus 20%. So their profit's going to be down.
Directly carbon tax related.
Directly carbon tax related, a negative 20% impact or impost on the profit. It's a B4, so it's not investment grade anyway. It's trading at about 30, you can see it there, 32 cents. I think it's worth about 11 cents. That's what it's worth.
Won't like this.
Well, the last time I mentioned, I think I said to you, it doesn't matter who's rowing this boat, it's always got a leak in it. And you can have an Olympic rower rowing like crazy and it's still got a hole in the side of it. Okay, so next one's Origin. Origin's impact will be about 10 to 12% negative. It's a B3. You can see they're trading at about $15. I think it's worth about $8.10. The next one is Qantas. Qantas has got a similar impact on its profits, estimated at about 12% negative. It's a B3. Again, it's sort of just investment grade. It's right on the border of being investment grade. I think it's worth about $1.60. It's trading at $1. You can see it's about $1.86 or $1.80 there, or thereabouts.
So Alan Joyce won't like what you're saying, but he also won't like this carbon tax more.
Oh, look, hey, let's be really blunt about airlines. Awful businesses to own.
They're a tough
you know, you just don't want to own an airline. Simple as that. Next one, Bluescope. It's had a lot of press over the last few days.
And you factored in the compensation as well in this assessment.
Yes. What we're talking about, and I've mentioned Bluescope and OneSteel in the past, and Bluescope, they've got not only the carbon tax issue, but falling steel prices. Steel prices will now go up, of course, but no benefit to Bluescope. The issue will be for our bull bar company, but I'll talk about that a little bit later on.
Okay.
Minus 9%, B3. Trading at about $1.20, you can see it there, about $1.20. I reckon it's worth somewhere between 40 to 90 cents.
Gee.
A long way off. Orica is the next one. Impact on profit about minus 6%. By the way, I'm putting in these are 2013, 2012, 2013 valuations.
Okay.
Orica, you can see there, trading about $26.45 or thereabouts. A B3 worth about $25. That's what it's worth. Would I like to buy this company? Not really. It's a B3. I'd rather buy A1s, A1s and A2s.
Clearly, its share price is close to its intrinsic value, but this carbon tax hasn't helped.
No, that's right.
It's probably tipped it over.
Yep, Boral, minus 5% impact on profit. It's a B4. You can see it there, trading about $4.10. I reckon it's worth about $2.60. So I think it's expensive, and it's a B4, so it's not investment grade for me. The next one's Incitec. Incitec Pivot, minus 4% impact on profit. It's a B2, trading at $3.87 or $3.90 or thereabouts. I reckon it's worth about $3.30. So it's probably got to fall 20% before it's any good. CSR B2. So reasonably good quality. That's not bad. Minus 4% impact on profit. Trading at $2.70 or thereabouts. I reckon it's worth $2.13.
Okay.
So you want to buy it at big discounts to those intrinsic values.
I'd love to interrupt. I want you to get through, and you're doing well.
Okay.
Keep going.
All right. Santos. It's a C3, not even investment grade. Minus 4% profit from the carbon tax. Trading at $13 or thereabouts. You're not going to like this. I think it's worth about $3.40.
There'll be a lot of people watching that. How can the market be so far wrong?
Well, look, it got Telstra wrong for 10 years. It's only now that it's finally caught up to its value. Right. So I don't explain the movements in prices. I can't explain the madness of men. I'm just telling you what I think it's worth. OneSteel is the next one. Negative 3% impact on profit. It's a B3, trading at $1.90 or thereabouts, worth $1.60. Woodside, 2% impact, negative on profit. It's a B3, trading at $40 or thereabouts. Should come up in if the guys can get it up there. No, that's still OneSteel. So it's trading at about $40. I reckon it's worth about 21.
And you don't drink either, so you couldn't have done this when you're half drunk or something.
No, well, look, I do have the odd glass of wine, and occasionally when I get home from... My wife watches the show sometimes, and when she sees the way you treat me sometimes, she has a glass of port ready for me when I get home. She says, that was a bit harsh.
She's sympathetic. She's a lovely woman.
Okay, so Woodside, did we get that one up?
Yeah, you did Woodside.
We did Woodside. Okay, so Caltex, 2% impact on profit, A3, highest quality score out of all the companies we've talked about so far, trading at $11.30. I think it's worth $7.60.
Yeah, I can never get Caltex. I'm glad you said that.
BHP, negative 1% impact on profit. Heard George talking about BHP. Understand that he likes it. I like it too. B1. Trading at $43.60 or thereabouts. I reckon it's worth about $50.
That's a buy. You got BHP with a buy.
$50.
Big Roger Montgomery star beside it. Yeah.
Rio, I prefer BHP over Rio, by the way. Rio, minus 1% impact on profit. B1 as well. Trading at $80 or $81. I think it's worth about $85.
So Roger Montgomery's going to Rio. That'd be a good scene, seeing you in Rio.
We should go together. Go together. Newcrest is the last one on my list, minus 1%. B2, trading at $39.
Now, drum roll on this one.
Yeah, drum roll on this one. Newcrest, minus 1%. B2, trading at $39. I think it's worth $13.50.
Hoo-ha.
There are gold stocks out there that I reckon are worth double where they're trading at the moment. We own one of them, and I won't mention it.
Why not?
Well, because it causes a big scene whenever I... Yeah, exactly. The share price goes up and everyone blames me for it.
But one night we'll just do... We will do...
Let's do my favourite gold stocks.
Yeah, okay.
We'll put 5 together, and that way no one will know which one.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay, so that's the list. I think it's generally a negative. I don't think it's good for Australia. I don't think it's even good for the environment because subsidies won't change anyone's behaviour or rebates, and unfortunately it's going to have a negative impact on the prices and intrinsic values of these companies.
Roger, as always, a very good presentation.